All my niggas ride for me. I got niggas that'll die for me. You niggas ain't built like that. Run around talking like a thug when you won't bust a slug, man. Niggas get killed like that. Acting like you bang for the set when you ain't blood or cuz, man. Blood'll get spilled like that. Niggas saying really they the plug, but they talking to the judge, man. Get your cap peeled like that, cause niggas get killed like that. When you ain't built like that, you niggas ain't built like that. You was never on the block, you ain't never dodge a knock. You ain't never fought another crew holding down the park. You ain't swam with the sharks, you ain't wrestled with the gators. You was never fucking popping, you ain't got no fucking haters. Bitch, niggas like you make me watch out for the traitors. When you round some real niggas, mind your behavior. I will beat a nigga ass, then I'm laughing like I'm Jada. Get your fucking mind blown like a cartridge on a Sega. You niggas want attention, they don't want the war though. Talking all that shit, but you got a glass jaw, ho. They never deliver, they got that DiGiorno. This that Walking Dead flow, I eat a rapper torso. You ain't the same man once you off the microphone. You ain't never broke a bone, you ain't never had a scar. You a certified pussy, so don't make me pull your card. I'm a certified prophet, respected like the word of God. Cause you ain't got the heart, nigga, you ain't got the heart. You ain't about to finish any beef that you start. You ain't never been a soldier, little nigga. Play your part, claiming that you'll spark when you ain't got the heart. Cause you niggas ain't built like that. Run around talking like a thug when you gon' bust a slug, man. Niggas get killed like that. Acting like you bang for the set when you ain't blood or cuz, man. Blood'll get spilt like that. Niggas saying really they the plug, but they talking to the judge, man. Get your cap peeled like that, cause niggas get killed like that. When you ain't built like that. Run around talking like a thug when you gon' bust a slug, man. Niggas get killed like that. Acting like you bang for the set when you ain't cuz, man. Blood'll get spilled like that. Niggas saying really they the plug, but they talking to the judge, man. Get your cap peeled like that, cause niggas get killed like that. All my niggas ride for me. All my niggas ride with me. I got niggas that'll die for me. All my niggas ride with me. You niggas ain't.
Shalom, Israel. We are the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started out on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under the Commander General Yohana. Okay, this is Isupk Austin, Tuesday night Brotherhood class. Brotherhood and sisterhood is a weapon. Brotherhood and sisterhood is the weapon that we are going to use to get up under our oppressor's thumb. Brotherhood and sisterhood is what we're going to use to build a nation that has been destroyed, build a nation that has been torn down, build a nation who has been tormented. Okay, this is important. It's important to have brotherhood and sisterhood. It goes right along with the topic of tonight, which is love. See, as so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we don't understand what love is. We have a misconception on what love is, because what are we taught? What are we taught that love is? We are taught that love is when you feel good. We believe that if we don't feel good, then we're not being loved properly. Okay? When really love is correction, love is direction, love is protection. But we don't understand that because we grew up here oppressed. We grew up here under a thumb of a nation who has no care for us. Okay? That's why they celebrated Columbus Day yesterday, right? Because they don't have no love for our native Indian brothers, our native Indian sisters. They don't have no respect for that, but they have respect for Columbus, who they say discovered something that was already discovered. All right, we were told to come here in the Apocrypha to go to a land that no one dwelled, that no one ever has been. And see, so we got to understand. We got to understand what brotherhood is. We got to understand what sisterhood is. We have to understand what love is. And without love, we're not going to be able to build a nation. All we're going to do is continue to help destroy it. All right, and that's what we want to stray away from. That's why here in the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, under the Commanding General Yohana, we teach you how to love your people. How to take all that love that you have for everybody else, for every other nation. We teach you how to harness that love and put it right where it should be. Give it to the people that need it. Who else needs your love besides your people? Everybody else, they love their nation. Okay, they stick together, they come together, and they keep you out. But when you want to keep somebody out, when you want to keep these other nations out, you become a racist. I asked this cat from the slave, one of the Asian cats from the slave. I just asked him about his friend group. You know, I said, "Is everybody you hang out with Asians outside of here, outside of work?" And you know what he told me? Yes. He said the only time he hangs out with other nations is if somebody in his nation is married, okay? Married to somebody, to another nation, and he gets invited to a housewarming. That's the only way he hangs out with another nation outside of here. So when we do it, why? How does that make us racist? Because they don't want so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to love their people. Our oppressor wants you to love him, wants you to care about him. Okay? He wants everything from you. All right? He doesn't just want your labor, he wants your love. Because as long as you're giving him your love, you'll never give your love to your own people. And tonight, we're going to teach you how to love your people, how to love your brother, how to love your sister, how to love your family. Because it is necessary. Oh, it is necessary, because if we don't love each other, who is going to love us? Salakia, let me see what's going on. Let me put this in my ear. Damakia, you might have to come out and come in. I can't. I'm listening to it in my ear, and it sounds like it's Tawab. And I'm on YouTube. Yeah, just try that, brother. All right, Yaga. Now we're gonna get 1 John 4:20. Let me share my screen. All right, when you got it, you can read it.
You said book of 1 John?
Yep, 1 John chapter 4, verse 20.
Come on. Book of 1 John, chapter 4 and verse 20. If a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother, he is a liar.
He is a what?
He is a liar.
Yeah, it says, if a man say I love God and hated his brother, he is a liar. Because we love to run around and say that we love the Lord, right? Christians do it every day. All right. They say that they love God. They love God with all of their heart, all of their soul, all of their being, with every fiber of them. That's what they say. All right. But the Bible says if a man love God and hated his brother, he is a liar. You can't hate Tyrone. You can't hate Jimmy. You can't hate Sheila. You can't hate Keisha. Okay. You have to love them. You have to love your people. You have to love your brother. You have to love your sister. You have to love your family. You have to love your nation. Continue reading, Officer Yagana.
Turn that one con. For he that loveth not his brother, whom he seeth, whom he seen, how can he love God, whom he has not seen?
None of us has seen the Most High. And we say that we love the Most High, right? We see our brother every day, and we can't stand him. So how can we say that we love God, whom we have not seen, but we don't love our brother? That's why it says you a liar. Okay? And the Lord tells you you need to love your brother, to love your family. You need to stick to your nation. All right, continue reading.
Verse 21. And this commandment have we from him, that he whom loveth God love his brother also.
You see, that's a commandment. All right? You have to love your brother. All right? I know it gets on your nerves. I understand. I understand he's getting on your nerves. All right? But it says that you cannot love the Most High if you do not love your brother. It says this is a commandment, right? We have to follow the laws, the statutes, and the commandments. Okay? That's why we have to love our brothers. All right? Let me get Ephesians 4 and 26.
It's the book of Ephesians, chapter 4, and verse 26.
Mhm.
Be ye angry, and sin not.
Be what?
Be ye angry, and sin not.
Be ye angry. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to get angry. It's okay to get mad. It's okay to get upset. You can be angry, but you can't sin. You can't be angry and go upside your brother's head. Okay? You can't be angry and go unalive him. You can't be angry and go sleep with his wife. All right? Your rib might upset you. She might get you angry. That's okay. But you can't get angry and go and sin because you're mad. Okay? You can't go upside her head because she done made you upset. Because she done got you a little flustered. All right? So it's okay to be ye angry. So be ye angry, but it's not okay to sin because you're angry. You don't get angry, you don't go out the house and go find all the drugs you can and go, you know, go go out there and just do anything. All right? Continue reading.
Verse 27. Neither give place to the devil.
No. Finish out the Ephesians 4 and 26. Let not the sun go down.
Let not the sun go down upon your wrath.
Let not that sun go down upon your wrath. Go ahead and settle it. Go to that brother or go to that sister. Okay? You go to them. And when you go to them, you handle it. You squash it. You get whatever's on your mind, and you fix it. See, that's what we need to do. That's a problem that we have in our nation, the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, to where we don't want to fix it. We want to escalate it instead of de-escalate, and that's why we are in the conditions and the positions that we are in. All right, let's go to 1 John chapter 4 again. Yeah, let's go back there. Let me see. See what I want. You can start at 1.
Put the beans down. They need to simmer.
Yeah, 1 John 4:1. Yep.
Book of 1 John, chapter 4 and verse 1. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of God. Because many false prophets are gone out into the world.
You need to try them spirits and see of the Most High. You know, if you getting into something or something is happening and they are telling you to go do wrong or to go do evil, then you know they are a false prophet and they are not of God. All right, women, when your best friend is telling you, God telling girl, I got a spirit in me, and the Lord just telling me you need to leave him. Okay, oh Lord, you need to just go get you another man. That is not of God. All right. That is not of God. If you a brother and somebody telling you to go do some evil, here, man, just hit this to take your stress away. All right. That is not of God. All right. There is false prophets in this world. Your Christian pastor, he's a false prophet. He's going to get up there, he's going to sing, dance, and preach all damn day just to give you a crawfish boil, just to sell those catfish plates, just to sell those pork chop plates. All right, continue reading.
Come out of one come. Verse 2. Hereby know ye the Spirit of God. Every spirit that confesseth that Jesus Christ is come into the flesh is of God.
Continue.
Verse 3. And every spirit that confesseth not that Jesus Christ is come in the flesh is not of God.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the spirit of Antichrist.
Yep.
Whereof ye have heard that it should come. And even now already is it in the world.
You see, and Christians will read this and say, "Oh, everybody can be saved," because it says every spirit that confesses. The problem is everybody outside of the UPK is not confessing that Christ is Christ. They confess to Caesar Borgia. All right, continue.
Come. Whereof ye have heard that it shall come, and even now already it is in the world. In verse 4. Ye are of God, little children, and have overcome them, because greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world.
That's how we can go out to camp and wake up our people. That's how we could call the oppressor, the devil, to his face. This is how we could save our nation, because greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. Your enemy runs this world. He controls this world. But what you have in you, you have the power, all right? We are the princes and princesses of the power. So we have power because what's in us is greater than what's in this world. Continue reading.
Come, I don't want to come. Verse 5. They are of the world. Therefore speak they of the world, and the world heareth them.
You know, they all are a part of the world. That's why when they tell you it's okay to live an alternative lifestyle, everybody agrees, right? Across the board, because they are of the world. So when they speak, the world hears them. They understand. They say, "Oh, that is a good idea. We're going to legalize drugs everywhere. That is a good idea. We're going to make a solicitation of our women legal." They accept that everywhere. Because when they speak of the world hears them because they are of the world. Continue.
Verse 6. We are of God. He that knoweth God heareth us. He that is not of God heareth not us. Hereby know we the spirit of truth
When you
and
up
the
there on
spirit
the, go ahead, Salakia. Go ahead.
and the spirit of error.
You see, when we up there on that podium, we know it's who, we know it's who hears us and who doesn't. We all heard. All of us here in the Israelite school, a UPK under the Commandant General Yohana, we heard. We know it's God. He that knoweth God heareth us. Okay? We knew what we heard, and we said, "Oh, that is the spirit of truth." All right? That is the truth. We knew our errors and we knew what the truth was. But them who are of the world, they don't hear this. They don't understand and they don't care. They don't love their brother. They're looking up at you like you are despicable and detestable and disgusting. All right, continue reading.
Verse 7. Beloved, let us love one another.
Let us do what?
Love one another.
Love everybody.
Love one another.
It says, beloved, let us love one another. That's who needs your love. Your brother, your sister, your family. That's who needs absolute love. Go ahead, Yaganar.
Speaking on that verse, beloved, let us love one another. It's actually probably the greatest commandment, that brotherhood and that sisterhood. And I didn't really think about it until I got in the truth coming out of the Christian church. The biggest issue is that by you having a personal relationship with God, you ain't gotta really care about nobody else but yourself, and so you distance yourself from everybody else, and there's no brotherhood, no sisterhood, and you can't build a nation like that.
That's right. I'll give that a damn hand because excellent. That's an excellent right there. Because that is the problem. We don't have any love for each other because we have a personal relationship with Christ. And with that personal relationship, that's why a woman don't have to love her man because Christ is her man. Okay? Christ is her man, and she doesn't have to give a damn about you. Okay? And this is the problem that our nation fails to realize. It's because we don't have any love. Because you will look down on somebody and say, well, my bills are paid. I got a nice car. I got a big house. My kids go to a nice school. And all while you coming up, you will leave your brother behind. That's why when we get money, what do? We run straight to go be the bottom of another nation. Let me go live in a neighborhood where everybody does not like me and doesn't want me there. And I'm going to be treated like the lowest person in this neighborhood regardless of what my finances are, regardless as if I make more money than everybody in this neighborhood. I'm going to be the lowest. I'm going to be treated like a piece of garbage. Continue reading.
Come. Verse 9.
No, we still in 7.
Jump down. Come, verse 7. Verse 7. Start from the top. Come. Beloved, let us love one another. For love is of God, and everyone that loveth is born of God and knoweth God.
Sit right there. Continue.
Verse 8. He that loveth not knoweth not God, for God is love.
That's why Christians say. That's why Christians think God is all love. And they say, "Well, you don't know God, brother, because God is love." You know, God loves the children of Israel. That's who He loves. Okay. Let me see if. No, I ain't even gonna go into all that. Let's get John. No, 2 John 1 and 6. Let's go there.
Book of 2 John, chapter 1 and verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
For this is love.
Hey, this is also love. Christians. How come I never heard this in any church? How come when y'all talk about all the love of God, all the love of Jesus, why didn't y'all tell me this is what love is? Go ahead.
That we walk after his commandments. This is the commandment that, as ye have heard from the beginning, you should walk in it.
This is the commandment that you have heard from the beginning. Okay? That you should follow the laws, statutes, and commandments. That's what love is. Love is doing absolutely what the hell the Lord told you to do. That's how I know if my kids love me. They do what the hell I say. Not what they want. Not whatever comes to their damn mind. It's whatever the hell I say, you do. It's not an option. All right? This is not a democracy. All right? So, all right. Drop that and give me John 15 and 10.
Book of John, chapter 15 and verse 10. Mm-hmm. If you keep my commandments, ye shall abide in my love.
What did Christ say? Hold on, what did Christ say?
If you keep my commandments, you shall abide in my love.
So why does everybody think they have their own personal relationship with Jesus? You don't even keep his commandments. How can you have a personal relationship? How can you have all the love of Jesus and you don't keep his commandments? It says, if you keep my commandments, if you do what I say, if you do what you told, if you follow the rules, ye shall abide in my love. All right? Without that, you don't have the love of Christ. You don't love Christ, nor does he love you. Continue reading.
Even as I have kept my Father's commandments.
As what?
As I kept my Father's commandments.
Christ kept the commandments. Y'all want to throw the law, statutes, and commandments away. But Christ is telling you right here out of his own mouth that he kept his Father's commandments. So what do you think you should do? You should keep the Father's commandments as well. If you want to abide in his love. Continue.
And abide in his love.
That's how you abide in his love. That's how you dwell in his love. That's how you dwell with the Most High. By keeping the commandments. Okay? That is your duty. That is our duty as a nation. Because if you don't keep the commandments and you don't follow the law, I can't stand that when they put that on Facebook all the time. Pray for. They're asking every person in the world to pray for some damn body. Why are you asking people who don't follow the law, statutes, and commandments to pray for anything in your life? Do you think the Most High hears them? Do you think they can even be heard? Because I'm here to tell you, well, the Bible is here to tell you, they will not be heard. Let's get Proverbs 28:9.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 28, and verse 9. He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law.
He that what?
He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law.
The laws are done away with.
He that turneth away his ears from hearing the law.
Continue.
Even his prayer shall be an abomination.
You know what an abomination is, right? Hey, Alexa, what's the definition for abomination?
Abomination is usually defined as anything abominable, anything greatly disliked or abhorred. For more, ask me to give you more definitions for abomination.
Alexa, give me more definitions for abomination.
I have 2 more definitions for the noun, abomination. 1. Intense aversion or loathing, detestation. 2. A vile, shameful, or detestable action, condition, habit, etc. Did that answer your question?
Yes, it did. Thank you. It said that your prayer will be detestable.
Thanks for your feedback.
It would be disgusting to the Most High. He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayers shall be an abomination. Disgusting. Your prayers will turn into the same as living an alternative lifestyle. The same as being an addict. All right. But you want everybody to pray for you. You want everybody who turneth their ear away from the law to say a prayer for my Uncle Jimmy. Don't ask no questions. Don't they always say that, y'all? Don't ask no questions. Don't ask nobody to pray then. Since you don't want nobody to know what the hell's going on. Let you, Uncle Jimmy, and Aunt Susie figure it the hell out. Okay? Or you could tell what the hell's going on. You could come to the priests and prophets, and we can help you change your life. You might want to try that one damn time. Maybe that would be a wise decision. Okay? Let me see what I got right here. Drop down. Go ahead and read verse 4.
Come. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 28, and verse 4. They that forsake the law, praise the wicked.
They do what?
Praise the wicked.
He that forsake the law, he praises wicked. Why? Because he's all flesh. He's fulfilling the lust of his flesh. So he doesn't give a damn. He forsakes the law. He praises the wicked. He praises you when you're out there doing evil. Oh, you doing it big? Oh, you selling more drugs than a little? Oh, you got the Mercedes Benz with the rims on it. Oh, he's the biggest gangster alive. He unalived every damn body. Oh, we praise that. All right. Those who forsake the law praise wicked. We praise these women's rapping right now. Oh, we praise them. We praise the Raw Dog Queen, Little Sexy Reds. Oh, we praise that. We praise them Cardi B's, them Megan Thee Stallions. Oh, we love that. You see, those who forsake the law, they praise the wicked. Continue reading.
but such as keep the law contend with them.
But here in the Israelite school of UPK, we contend and combat those evil, wicked spirits. Well, we go to war with the wicked. Life is about warfare and nothing else. And you best believe we are going to go to war with these spirits. Okay? You could drop that, and we're going to go back to 1 John. But this time we're going to get chapter 3. And we'll start at 17.
Oh, 1 John.
Yep.
Book of 1 John, chapter 3, and verse 17. But whosoever hath this world's,
Not whosoever, just whoso.
but whoso, but whoso hath this world's good, and seeth his brother have need, and shutteth up his bowels of compassion from him, how dwelleth the love of God in him?
You see your brother struggling. You see your brother in need. You see your brother in torment. And you shut up your bowels of compassion. What you do is, instead of extending your hand, you pull that hand back. You close up your pockets. You close up what you had that can actually help this brother. He might be hungry and you got something to eat. You already full. You know, you can just pass that on to him, but you're going to close up your bowels of compassion. We need to have compassion for our people. Because when we see other nations, we have immense compassion for them. Let you see another nation out there who doesn't have anything, who's starving, who's homeless, who's under a bridge. You have compassion for them, but you will look at your own brother like you're a bum and you need to get a job. See, this is what we have to stop. This is why we have to educate ourselves in these scriptures, in this knowledge, so we understand how we should act and what we should do. Continue reading.
Verse 18. My little children, let us not love in the world, neither in the tongue, but in deed and in truth.
But in what?
In deed and in truth.
So you have to do it. Don't they say faith without works is dead? You have to do the work, not just say it. Everybody wants to say it. Your Christian pastor says love. He spreads love and cheer and joy every Sunday. He does it in tongue. But you have to do it in deed and in truth. Okay? That's what we have to do. All right, let's get Proverbs 19 and 8.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 19 and verse 8. He that giveth wisdom loveth his own soul.
He that what?
He that getteth wisdom loveth his own soul.
He that getteth wisdom, he loveth his own soul. Wisdom is following these laws, statutes, and commandments. It says that the fear of God, that is the beginning of wisdom. Continue.
He that keepeth understanding shall find good.
He that keepeth understanding, he shall find good. Because you'll know what you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing. You would understand it. Okay? You would know that how to love your brother, how to show compassion, how to not take and help destroy your family. All right? You could drop that. Let's get Deuteronomy 4 and 4 and let's start at verse 5.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, and verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither you go to possess it.
So wherever you go, you have to follow the commandments. And the commandments say to love your brothers, to love your sister, to love your family, to love your nation. Continue reading.
Verse 6. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding.
Stop right there. Didn't Proverbs 19 and 8 just tell you wisdom? It just said it. Now it's telling you this is your wisdom and your understanding. All right. Keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. That's your wisdom, your understanding, your refuge. Continue. In the hold on, Salaki, in the sight of these nations. All right. While we uphold this law, these statutes, this commandment. We become a family. We come together. None of these other nations, they're going to see that all these other nations will see that you are strong. Okay? They'll see that you are great. They'll see that you are wise. But when you're doing whatever the hell you want and you following whatever you want, they see that you are split apart, that you are not a nation. Right now, so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we are not a nation. We're just doing whatever our oppressor tells us. We celebrate their holidays. We celebrate their customs. We celebrate their ways. Continue reading.
In the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this is a great nation and a wise and understanding people.
That's how we'll be wise and understand. You think going to Harvard makes you wise and understanding. You think joining some silly damn fraternity makes you wise and understanding. You think getting that good job makes you so wise and understanding. The Bible says your wisdom, your understanding comes from these laws, these statutes, and these commandments. All right. Let's get 1 John 5 and 3.
Book of 1 John, chapter 5 and verse 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments. And his commandments are not grievous.
So this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments. And his commandments are not grievous, meaning they're not hard. It's not just such this hard thing to do. Okay? It's not hard. It's just you don't care. So you don't want to do it. That's what it boils down to. Let's get 1 John 2 and 3.
Book of 1 John chapter 2 and verse 3.
Uh-huh.
And hereby we do know that we know him if we keep his commandments.
If we what? Read that again.
And hereby we do know that we know him if we keep his commandments.
This is how you know if you know the Lord. This is how you know if you know Christ. This is how you know if you love your nation. All right? Is if you keep the commandments. You have to keep his commandments. You have to do what he said to do. See, we want to do what we want to go off of whatever the hell we feel. Everything is about what we feel, right? Everything is about what we feel, and if it doesn't make us feel good, then we don't have any love or respect for it. And that's just not how anything works. We have to understand that first. Okay. All right. Let me stop sharing that. And I'm going to get this article. We're going to share this article. Also, Yaganan, you can go ahead.
Come. For hundreds of migrant children living in shelters at the border, this CNN Hills mobile classroom offer education and stability. Continue on, I don't want.
God.
Tijuana, Mexico, CNN. Estefania rebellion knows the trauma that stems from being forced to flee from your home for safety. She understands the fear and uncertainty felt by more than 70 million migrants and forcibly displaced children around the world. She was a migrant child too. My family's case is a case of many refugees and migrants at the border. It was never a choice for our family to leave our home. We were forced out. Rebellion, 32 said.
You see, they were forced out of their home. You think they just come in here to steal all the jobs? You think they just come in here because they lazy and they just want to come here and freeload off the wealth of America? These people are forced out of their homes. Okay? They're forced out of their homes. They're going from one oppression to another. Continue reading.
She was 10 when her family fled Cali, Colombia, because of death threats to her family, her father, whom had been forced into hiding. They settled in Miami, and with the support of teachers at school, rebellion thrives now through her nonprofit. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. World Foundation. She provides education for children living in limbo and shelters at the U.S.-Mexican border. Rebellion.
See, this is love right here. She loved her people enough. Hold on. This is love. She loved her people enough that she provides education to the children living in limbo in shelters at the U.S.-Mexico border. Like, this is important. This is what has to be done. You know, like when you see the UPK go feed the men, women, and children that are living in limbo at the U.S. and Mexican border, this sister decided to take it upon herself and actually do something, actually make a difference, because she actually cares and loves her people. Go ahead.
Come. Rebellion moved to Miami to Los Angeles. She was Los Angeles when she was 21 to pursue an acting career. In 2018, she was so moved after volunteering in migrant camps in Tijuana that she put her career on hold.
So she had a dream to make a career in acting, but after she volunteered one time at one of these camps, she put that acting career on hold and said, "There is something more important." So-called Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, when are you going to put aside your career to show that your people are more important, to show that your people need you, to show that we need brotherhood, sisterhood, to show that we need love? Sometimes you got to put something on hold so something greater can stand. Continue reading.
There were no schools set up to help these kids. They were walking around the camps barefoot. She said, I couldn't forget about what I had just seen. And I was like, I literally have to go back.
This sister said she couldn't believe what she had seen. Okay? She couldn't believe what she had seen, seeing children walk around barefooted. And it said, I just couldn't, she said she couldn't, it's like it, she just couldn't forget what she seen. What do they tell you to do? They tell you to forget. They don't want you to remember anything that goes on to your people, anything that happens to you. Oh, they want you to forget it. They want you to make it not important at all. Well, this sister didn't forget, and she said she literally has to go back. And she went back, and she made a difference. And this is something great right here. This is what we call a great work of brother and sisterhood. Continue reading.
Rebel Loan and her partner, Kylie Smith, used about 1,000 of their savings to buy tents and supplies and set up a makeshift school at the border.
So like it says her and her partner. They used about $1,000 of their savings to buy tents and supplies. And they set up makeshift schools at the border. It's going to take your own money. It's going to take your own time. It's going to take your own sacrifice to save your own people. That's why nobody is ready for America to end. They do not want America's rule to end, because then they're going to have to do it. And see, as so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we got to understand that if we want a difference in our nation, it's going to take us to change it. Stop believing in magic. Christianity teaches you magic. It teaches you faith without works. But she had the faith, and she put the work behind her faith. That's what we have to do. We have to take all of our faith and put all the work behind it. Continue.
They enlisted volunteer teachers to provide learning opportunities in the camps.
And you see, and they had volunteer teachers. People came out to help. She convinced people like this is a good idea. And people came and they volunteered. They wasn't making no money for this at this time. Continue.
We set up a school overnight.
Hey, so hold on. And if you got something to say, just say Salakia, because since I'm on the article, I really can't see you if you got your hand raised. So if you want to say something, just say Salakia, and then I'll get you right in there.
Come on, that one. We set up a school overnight and told just a couple of kids. Rebellion said it spread throughout the camps, and we have had like over 50 kids surrounding us.
Listen, they told a couple, and then after they told that couple, said they had about like 50 surrounding them. But they say we lazy and don't want to learn. We do want to learn. It's just that our oppressor doesn't want to give us the opportunity to stand out and shine and be greater than them. Continue reading.
Transforming a bus into a classroom. In the months that followed, when those families living in the camps were moved to shelters, Rebellion and Smith wanted to continue offering education services. I thought why don't we turn a bus into a mobile classroom, and we could take it all the different shelters, Rebellion said. We literally just Googled and YouTube how to convert a bus into a mobile classroom.
They they Googled and YouTube how to turn a bus into a classroom. Why? Because they didn't want to stay stagnant. All right. They wanted to expand. They wanted to be able to go around to multiple shelters and help multiple children and edify and educate many of her people, many of our people. Continue reading.
Come. Over the next year, Rebellion and Smith bought and gutted a bus, partnered with shelters, and drove the transformed bus over to the border. Their goal to provide bilingual education programs to keep children in schools.
Continue.
All the families that we work with and all the children that we work with on a daily basis are legally seeking asylum.
They're doing
Rebellion
what?
said,
They're doing what?
legally seeking asylum.
See, it's the same oppression for the people that just sneak over and the people who legally seek asylum. You think America gives a damn? You know they let you seek asylum from every damn where. Let you come from an Arab nation. You could come over here easily. Come from an Asian nation. Come from a European nation. But if you are a so-called Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian and you try to come in here, it is going to be hell. It's going to be hard. Continue reading.
Rebellion said they are going through all the processes that are being required of them.
And they're going through all the processes that are being required of them according to your law. Okay? Continue.
Rebellion's organization hires professional teachers and tailors their curriculum,
Curriculum.
their curriculum, Salakia, to the specific needs of each student. The program.
So hold on. So this woman, she didn't became so successful in this. She hires professional teachers now and tailors their curriculum to the specific needs of each student. You're not going to get that in public school right here. You're not going to get that in private school right here. So what she is doing is not just teaching these kids, but going above going above what they would get or receive here in America. Continue reading.
The program has been accredited by the Education Secretary in Mexico and serves children ages 3 to 15. A crucial period for education, Rebellion says.
So from 3 to 15, she is teaching children. She is making sure they are getting educated and getting edified in the things that they need, that they actually need. Okay, continue.
Despite the challenges she faced as a migrant child, she says she was lucky to have teachers who advocated for her and guided her along the way.
Mm-hmm.
Many migrant children do not have the support and often fall through the cracks and miss valuable school time. Many have been at the road for months, if not years, and have difficulty attending school because they are often in transit without a permanent home.
Because right now they're just going from that, and you see it says months, if not years, because they are displaced. All right. So these migrant children are just being put here, then they're being put there, then they're being put here, then they're being put here, then they're there, then they're there. So they can't just attend to school because they're often in transit. They're often in transit. So they don't have a permanent home. So they don't have a permanent way that you could sustain and educate them because they're always on the move. And that's why it was important for her to make these buses a mobile school. All right. And now she's not going to let them fall through the cracks and miss this valuable school time, miss this valuable learning time, missing this powerful time that can define their life. Okay, continue reading.
Without a permanent home, safety, economic instability, poverty, lack of transportation, and perceived legal status are also factors.
You see? All the stuff that your oppressor has, all the stuff that he grants him and his people, it's not granted to you and your people. And blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we need to understand that we are one family. We are one family, and we are all going through this. Continue reading.
People don't realize that this is such a long process for families. Rebellion said, it's not just like you arrived at the border, you seek asylum, and your life is all rainbows. It takes decades and a lot of work and a lot of pain.
Do you see that? While you coming over here saying they taking all the jobs, how? It says it takes, let me read that. Let me go back here. It says people don't realize that it's such a long process for the families. Rebellion says. It's not just like you arrive at the border, you seek asylum, and your life is all rainbows. It takes decades and a lot of work and a lot of pain. A lot of pain being separated from your family, being abused, walking around with no shoes, having no school, having no education, having no love from your people. Continue reading. This is the pain that so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians go through. It's daily pain. Salakia, go ahead.
Never forgetting her family's journey.
Doing what?
Never forgetting her family's journey.
Never forgetting her family. Never forget. She never forgot. America teaches you to forget about slavery because it's so long ago. They teach you to forget about the Trail of Tears because it's so long ago. They teach you to forget about Jim Crow because it's so long ago. But Yaganan, what do they want you to remember?
Calling out of one? What was that other one?
No, I'm saying because they want us to forget slavery. They want us to forget our oppression. They want us to forget the Trail of Tears. But what do they want you to remember? What do they want you to never forget?
9/11 out of one.
9/11. They say to never forget. They say to never forget 9/11. But they want you to forget everything that happens to do with you. And this woman right here, who is an excellent sister, she said, I'm never going to forget. Okay? And she never forgot her family's journey. She never forgot her oppression. She never forgot the times that all of them other nations stepped on her. And she said, I'm going to make a difference. So-called black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, women and children, we need to make a damn difference. We need to step out with courage like this sister did and make a damn difference. Go ahead and continue reading.
Berlion's family navigated a decades-long legal process to obtain political asylum and later U.S. citizenship. Her parents, both lawyers by trade, were forced to abandon their careers in Colombia and take on new jobs in the U.S. to support their family of 5. Her mother worked multiple jobs as a caregiver, and her father worked nights at Walmart. He has worked there full time for nearly 20 years.
So they were lawyers. They were lawyers, okay? educated people, lawyers. But when you come to America, you were reduced to a slave. So you was not a lawyer then, right? The mother had to work multiple jobs as a caregiver, meaning taking on many caregiver jobs. And the father put in 20 years at Walmart. Good night. Go ahead, Officer Yaganan.
Yeah, our Northern Kingdom brothers and sisters come from Mexico, Colombia, Venezuela, Nicaragua, Panama, Chile, Bolivia, Dominican Republic, Haiti, all those different places. Puerto Rico, they don't notice, they don't honor the colleges over there. So it don't matter if you went to school for 30 years and was a doctor or a lawyer. It don't matter when you come to the U.S. You're gonna be cleaning some toilets or you're gonna be pushing the broom.
That's right. They're going to reduce you because they say your education isn't valid over here.
Come.
They don't believe that you're smart enough. They don't believe you're wise enough. They don't believe that you're worthy. When you done created every goddamn thing in the world. When you produce. Your colleges ain't good enough, but you send them into space. You build their cities, you build their nation, but your education isn't good enough. Her mother and father were both lawyers. And when they came to America after decades long of seeking asylum, they reduced him to what they thought they were worth. If you're a so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, while you look at your oppressor like he's the greatest thing since sliced bread, he looks at you as you are absolutely nothing. Just a filthy, disgusting Hebrew slave. Continue reading.
Come on.
Anytime I get a chance to share my immigration story.
Come. Anytime I get a chance, I share my immigration story with the kids. Very own said, I always want the kids that come through our programs to realize that being a migrant is not something they need to be ashamed of.
You see, and she's able to connect with these children. That's what we have to do. We have to connect with our children so they can understand that your story is my story. You're not alone in this. You're not the only one who's going through this. You're not the only one who has went through this. We have all went through this. We are all going through this, and we can all come up out of this. And hopefully she inspires enough children that they go and duplicate this and do something great for their people. Because that's what we want to do. We want to pass on generational wealth, right? Just like all these other nations. But we want to pass on generational wealth. We have to touch and inspire our youth. Because once we do that, then we'll have the ball rolling. Then they'll touch and inspire the youth. Then they'll touch and inspire the youth. And it'll be a continuous cycle. Just like drug addiction in our family is a continuous cycle. Mass unalivings in our family is a continual cycle. You know, the abuse of children in our family is a continuous cycle. We need to change our continuous cycles. Okay? And that's why the Israelite School of UPK is right here to change continuous cycles. To get you out of your father's shoes. To get you out of your mother's footsteps. Continue reading.
Come on. Today, yes, we can. Today, Salakia, yes, we can. Foundation educates 250 to 300 kids a day through its 4 school locations along the border and 3 mobile school buses since 2019.
Hold on. You see that? So since 2019, the Yes We Can Foundation, it says educates 250 to 300 kids a day. That is excellent. That's 250, 200 to 300, 250 to 300 kids who are getting actual education, getting actual knowledge, getting actual help every day. It says through its 4 school locations along the border and 3 mobile school buses. So not only do they set up locations across the border, they have the mobile buses that can go and reach whoever can't make it to these locations. Continue reading.
Con. Um, since 2019, Rebellion says the group has served more than 3,100 migrant children from 10 countries.
You see that? And you heard Yaganan just name off the countries where they coming from. 3,100 migrants, children from 10 different countries. One woman stepping out on the limb. One person caring about their people has affected more than 3,100 migrants. One person with an idea. One person with a fire in their belly. One person with a thought. One person who couldn't turn their back on their people. Go ahead, Officer Yagana.
Coming out of Montana. Yeah, I know she's trying to help our brothers and sisters coming out of the Northern Kingdom, but at the same time, you know, if she's teaching the philosophies and doctrines of America, I mean, it's just a waste out of one. It's just more people coming over here to sleep without these laws and statutes and commandments. We can't gather together as a nation.
Yeah, well, she's not in the truth. Yeah, she's not in the truth. So at the end of the day, she's not teaching this. But it's not a waste because these people are going to need to know how to read, how to write, how to do all this thing. And when we fish them in here, they'll be already educated and well suited. You know, just like we had to talk. We came up here under the philosophies of America, and look where we are today. So it's not a waste, but it's not the truth. Okay? She's going to give them the tools that they need to survive in this oppression, which is great, and will give them the tools to survive the kingdom, to make it to the kingdom. That's definitely heavy what you said, because that is the absolute unadulterated truth. You can go ahead and finish out the article.
Their program runs Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Schools run for the entire year with no summer breaks. They also provide free uniforms, backpacks, and school supplies. Lessons focused on common core instruction in the subject of language arts, math, and science, as well as addressing practical and immediate needs, like how to translate basic information, including phone numbers and addresses. So I want our efforts to be somewhat permanent, Rebellion said, and that when it's all said and done, we will be proud to look back and say that we were there when people needed us the most.
That's it on that. And see, what these children are going to understand is that their oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. They get to see it firsthand. They're going to look and say, "You hated us. You stepped on us. You kept your foot on our neck for decades upon decades upon decades. And that's why we should never trust our enemy. And we all need to come here in the Israelite school of UPK and learn and get understanding of who we are. Because we are a lost and destroyed people. That's why we seek their philosophies. That's why we love their education. That's why we love them and can't stand us, can't stand ourselves. Okay? That's why we have to keep these commandments. That's what we need to learn. That's what we need to be taught. The law, statutes, and commandments. Okay? Give me Proverbs 8 and 36. And I'm about to share it.
Another one comes, Book of Proverbs, chapter 8, and verse 36. But he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul.
Say that one more time.
But he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul.
You see, he that sinneth against the Most High, you wrongeth your old soul, your own soul. Why? Because you're going to hurt yourself. You doing the wrong is going to bring the hurt, the pain, the torment upon yourself. Continue.
And they that hate me love death.
You see? Because if you don't like the Most High, then you don't like to live. You don't want to live. You're asking for exactly. If I go and grab some drugs and put a needle in my arm, who am I hurt? Who am I wronging? I'm wronging my own soul. And that doesn't, and it's clear that I don't love life doing that. Because you're basically trying to unalive myself. Give me 1 Peter 3 and 17.
Book of 1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 17. For it is better, if the will of God be so, that you suffer for well doing than for evil doing.
If you suffer for doing the will of God, that's great. It's better that you suffer. Better you lose a job because you love the Most High than because you love some narcotic. Okay? Better you love the Most High than love gangbanging, than love going out there and sleeping with women who solicitate their body. Okay? It's better to suffer for the will of God than the lust of your flesh. Okay. Let me get that real quick. Let me see if I can pull that up on here. Yeah, let's get that Baruch chapter 4 in the Apocrypha. 4 verse 1.
Book of Baruch chapter 4 and verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of God.
This is the what?
This is the book of the commandments of God.
This is the what?
The book of the commandments of God.
It says this is the book of the commandments of God. I hear people all the time say the Bible ain't even in the Bible. Well, it's telling you this is the book of the commandments of God. This is the Bible in the Bible. It's many books. It says it many times. All right, continue.
And the law that endureth forever.
It endureth until Christ come back.
Forever.
It endureth until Christ said you have grace.
Forever.
It endureth till your Christian pastor said the law, statutes, and commandments are done away with.
Forever.
Okay, continue.
and they that keep it shall come to life,
Uh-huh.
but such as leave it shall die.
This says that God's law shall endureth forever. Hey Alexa, what does forever mean?
As an adverb, forever is usually defined as without ever ending, eternally. As a noun, forever is usually defined as an endless or seemingly endless period of time. For more, ask me to give you more definitions for forever.
Forever means endless. It means forever and ever, never ending, endless. It says this is the book of the commandments and the law that God and Slaki, the commandments of God and the law that endureth forever. And they that shall keep it shall come to life. You will live. You will live in a. You will live. You will understand how to navigate through this world. But such as leave it shall die, meaning no more, meaning drug addiction, meaning solicitation, meaning violence, meaning you not breathing anymore. And we don't know this because we don't know what love is. All right. So we don't understand. Uh, Alexa, what's the definition of love?
As a noun, love is usually defined as a profoundly tender, passionate affection for another person. As a verb, love is usually defined as to have love or affection for. For more, ask me to give you more definitions for love.
Alexa, give me more definitions for love.
I have 15 more definitions for love. As a noun, 1. A feeling of warm personal attachment or deep affection, as for a parent, child, or friend. 2. A person toward whom love is felt, beloved person, sweetheart. 3. Used in direct address as a term of endearment, affection, or the like. 4. A love affair, an intensely amorous incident, amour. 5. Affectionate concern for the well-being of others. 6. Strong predilection, enthusiasm, or liking for anything. 7. The object or thing so liked. 8. The benevolent affection of God for his creatures, or the reverent affection due from them to God. 9. A score of 0, nothing. 10. A word formerly used in communications to represent the letter L. As a verb, 11. To have a profoundly tender, passionate affection for, another person. 12. To have a strong liking for, take great pleasure in. 13. To need or
Alexa, you can
require.
stop. Give me a Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10. All those definitions that you heard, you have never felt from your oppressor or any other nation. So you need to give that to your nation, to your people. Won't you dedicate your damn self to your people, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians? Stop dedicating and giving yourself to all these other nations. Go ahead and read this, and we're going to close it out.
We got on
Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10 in the Apocrypha.
Book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12 and verse 10. Never trust thy enemy.
Sometimes.
Never trust thy enemy.
But me and Billy, we both love the Cowboys.
Never trust thine enemy.
The Bible says to never trust your enemy. You think your enemy trusts you? Why the hell does he follow you through the damn store the whole time you walking through it? You think any of these nations trust you? I go in a damn store every day with money every day and buy something every day. And you know what they do? They watch me every day like a hawk. When I look over at them, they looking at me through the camera. And they see me every day. Every day in the store, they see me. They watch me like a hawk. But if I don't have enough money to pay for my stuff, I can say, well, I'll bring that dollar tomorrow. Well, I'll give you that 37 cents later. But they don't trust me. You know why? Because they would never trust their enemy. So you should never trust your enemy. Continue reading.
For like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness.
So like as iron rusted, so does wickedness. So if you ever had a car, go get you an old Chevy or an old Ford, and you'll start with a little piece of rust. And do you know that over time that whole thing will be rusted out? Because that's how your oppressor is. That's how your enemy is. He will rust out your whole nation if you love him. If you let him. If you give him your love and not your brother. What's giving your brother that love? That's giving your brother that love is sanding that down. Sanding that rust down till it don't exist no more. Sanding it down past the metal. And then bringing that out. Refurbishing it. Reviving it. So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, that's what we need to be. We need to be sanded down and then buffed out. And then we can apply then be smoothed out. Then we can apply the primer and then the paint. Okay, continue reading.
Come on. Am I on 11 now?
Yep.
Come on. Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 11. Though he humble himself and going crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou that be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass. And thou
continue. Yep.
Go ahead, Adam.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
And thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away.
You see, his rust isn't altogether wiped away. He come crouching. Take good heed. Beware of him. Okay? And thou shalt be unto him as thou hast wiped a looking glass. You know how you wipe it to make it clear. Oh, and once you wipe it to make it clear, you're going to see exactly who this bastard is. Continue reading.
Come. Verse 12. Set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith.
And this is why he's ruling over us today, because we set him next to us. We trusted our enemy, and he took our place. Continue reading.
Verse 13. Who would pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts?
What they say about Steve Irwin? They say what? They say Crocodile Hunter shouldn't have been out there messing with them animals. That's what he got what he deserved, right?
Come.
You see them East Indians when they charming that snake, right? They charming a damn cobra with this whistle. Play the wrong note and get struck. We're not going to have any pity or any sympathy for you. Any questions?
No, I don't want.
Anything you want to say or bring out before we go?
I was going to read 14.
Yeah, go ahead.
Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 14. So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity? So we shouldn't feel sorry for people like that. I don't want.
Damn right.
That's what it is. Here in Isupk, we keep the laws, these statutes, and these commandments. We're surrounded by brothers that keep these commandments. You know, I mean, brotherhood is a weapon. So without this brotherhood and this sisterhood, we don't have a nation of people. We just a bunch of Christians.
That's right. Most High in Christ, give that a hand. Goddamn right. We can definitely go ahead and get the security announcements.
ISUPK security announcements. Well, the ISUPK started out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. A new rule for a brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they are off limits. For 6 months, they are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21. Book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashara, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming and holy convocations out of one.
Upcoming holy convocations, we're going to have the Feast of Dedication, which is Hanukkah. Okay? That's the 25th day of the 9th month by the space of 8 days. All right? Thursday, the 7th, December 2023 for 8 days. Okay? We can find this in in the Apocrypha in 1 Maccabees, chapter 4, verses 52 through 61. Okay?
If anybody want to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headbands, and scarf. That's it for the security announcement.
All right. With my gym, we're going to get the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Everybody saw her face these. Abanal. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Haya. Shemka. Yahweh. Malakwaka. Abaya. Ratazayaka. Haya. Haya. Bashamayim. Nathan Lanawa.
Ashamayim Adawa.
Lakam.
Lakwa.
Call.
Yawam.
Lakam. Asalaki Nawa.
Salakana.
Kabawati Nawa.
Kawalakana.
Askalaki Nawa.
Salakana.
Kabawati Nawa.
Kawalakana.
Mala.
Alahan.
Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Anasawan.
Asawan.
Abo. Awashanawa.
Anasawan.
Mayan.
Ayan.
Rai.
Ayan.
Kaya.
Ayan.
Laka.
Akan.
Amalakwa.
Kawalakwa.
Wahala.
Ahamala.
Wahata Parath.
Tata Paraf.
Lawayim.
Labayan.
Amen. In the English, our Father which art in heaven,
Our Father which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name, Yahweh.
hallowed be thy name, Yahweh.
Thy kingdom come, thy will be done,
Kingdom come, thy will be done,
in earth as it is in heaven.
and earth as it is in heaven.
Give us this day our daily bread,
Give us this day our daily bread.
and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors.
Forgive our debts as we forgive our debtors.
Lead us not into temptation,
Give us not into temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
Thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory.
forever. So be it.
Forever. So be it.
All right, we're going to start. Men of Israel, we're going to give a courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Magid Shabbat. Amaju. Barak.
Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabbat.
Yahweh Hashem Yahashah Brakathum. All right, we're going to Sar. Turn, face the sisters. Sisters rise. Men of Israel, Magid Shabbat. Amaju. Barak. Yahweh Shamal Latham by Hashem Yahushua. Yajamata, class dismissed.